This is our succulent planter that we put together with some hand-selected succulents. Some from a mother-in-law's house. We selected this one. Julius picked this one. Julius picked that one. I picked this one. This one's from the mother-in-law's house. I picked this one. And Daddy just really wanted a succulent basket, so we made a succulent basket. This is an old teapot. I put a Dusty Miller and a Coleus in it. That willow is lit, right? We got to repot that. Got another Liatris. Micro milkweed is down here. In here, I believe it's beets. In here. There's tomatoes in there. Tomatillo maybe. Pepper. Lupin, pepper, somebody's been after it. These are my banana peppers and parsley. My dill is amazing, looks great. Oh, shoot, there's a pansy planted in here. There's a marigold planted in here. We'll see what happens. Viburnum, because I love viburnum. Blueberry, and another blueberry. We have a lavender. We have parsley, peppers. I know I'll have to move a lot of this stuff out. Lemon balm. Love lemon balm. Just zinnias. You see what's happening? Another tomato. A Riesenstraub and unknown, and then another lavender. Unless I have, yeah. Who knows what's going on in there. My tea garden's just not taking off. Peppers. Tomatoes. These are 4 tomatoes that I had to thin out from my other tomato bed. More tomatoes. Those are like heirloom, amazing. Geranium. That's a geranium. I have, this is a friendship garden, so I know it's just in a pot, but tells you how much I know about friends. This is Creeping Jenny from Mr. Greg's garden, and this is a lemon balm from Miss Renee's garden, and it's doing amazing. So then I come out here. Okay, there's plenty of stops to make. I can't remember. I believe this is Swiss chard. You know, I could just trim it. You know, see what's up. Then over here, let's just see this. Let's go to this. Talk about this. Get this out of the way. This is an old tree stump. What happens here is all around the edge, daffodils grow in the the winter. And as I dig this wider, I throw my dirt and weeds over here and seeing what happens. And, you know, there can be beauty in who knows what. So I just throw them over here. And if I have bulbs that I know it's going to be crowded, I'll throw them in here. So somewhere in here, there's a potato planted. Sunflowers. I think there's a potato over here somewhere. We'll see what happens. Gladiolus. I just have so many of those because I order some every year, hopefully in a different color. These are onions that started sprouting in my pantry. There is ranunculus up in there. Look, that's a bulb. See that thing? That's something that was something. Okay, there, yeah. Just kind of an overview of it all. My yard. That's my favorite tree. It gets flowers as well. In the winter, when it's about to be spring, it has flowers all over. It's beautiful. This is another tree stump that was just like this. It's been an anthill. I believe I see some wildflowers here growing. Maybe that's a thing. This stuff will take over. It's a type of Japanese basil. Super stoked that there's actually a wildflower growing because I put a wildflower mix over here. Another like overview. There's a lot of like cleaning up and stuff that I could be doing. I love this part of my yard. I wish I could do more. I've been working my butt off on this poison ivy. Keep my kids off of it. I mean, this tree is just asking to be climbed. If you ask me if I was a kid, I'd be up in this business. But it is covered in poison ivy. So, this is a mix of sunflowers and echinacea, I believe. And then I try to put some creeping Jenny and we'll see how she does. What is this? Is this a wildflower? I love this. Begonias are there. Oh, hold on. Let me hang my wind chime back up. I cut, whenever I trimmed this, I cut so that I had like a little nub for specific purposes. This is a creeping Jenny. Just get her going over this way. Love her. And then I just strung it through the bottom. I put these 3 prongs through here. And so the hanger part of it is in here, is up in there. Okay. And then this is begonia and creeping Jenny put together. And then star jasmine. There's lilies. And there's gladiolus. I feel like something new just pops up over here. It's kind of shade, it's dappled light over there, but that is Marie's garden. I just trimmed the heck out of something invasive out of there. That needs dolled up. This is my dirt mixes. This is my dirt mixing station. Yeah. Dirt mixing. So I have compost, topsoil, an amender, a bag of amender. This box had my perlite in it. Stuff keeps getting dragged around out here too. A row of sunflowers from when I thinned it out. Sunflowers, that's Julius's garden. That area, somewhere in there might turn into like Julius's garden. And then, let's see. Cute, cute, cute. I love it. This is a tea olive. And there's just begonias that are hanging off the edge. It's still in their nursery pot. And cosmos. So tea olive and cosmos. And I can't wait for that to come up and show its pretty little face. We installed a shed last year. Okay. That's the dog yard and the pump house in there. Inside of there, there's a shed in there. That's a wisteria, beautiful in the early spring. Forsythia, for anybody who doesn't know what forsythia does, that boo turns yellow with flowers. The whole thing slap full of yellow, bright yellow. This wildflower, I love this wildflower. Okay, it is the cutest little thing. Love it. Not 100% sure what this stuff was. You can look at its foliage, tell me what it was. Here, yeah, here's my, this is so crowded. Every day, it's like something new it's always crowded up in this booth. I have moved tomatoes from that zone on down and down and down and over and over and over. And I have moved tomatoes all over this thing. There are peppers back there. Nasturtiums. Marigolds are doing great, aren't they? Fennel. Love fennel. Nasturtium again. Something cute is happening there. Marigolds, tomatoes, beets. Tomatoes. I'm not sure what kind, and I have to stake this one. And I have been, look at this is a bad mamma jamma right here. I've got some pretty decent tomato plants over here. I've got a nasturtium kind of anchoring out. There are peppers all along the back there. Tomatoes are everywhere. Spinach, a lettuce. I think I dropped some seeds and it just took off. That's my raised edible bed. And that is a tour of Lay Garden.